Hello, good afternoon, and welcome to another video from T.W. White & Sons. Taken in part exchange, here we have today a Nissan X-Trail. This is the 1.6 diesel N-Connecta model. So this has got a very good specification. It's got a excellent, a superb diesel engine, which will give you excellent MPG and very good performance. But it's also it's a ULEZ compliant vehicle. Okay, so we're quite close to London. I know the ULEZ is coming out to where we are. Won't affect this car. This is presented in silver. It's got a black cloth interior and it's 7 seats. Now, I didn't even know this until I turned around in the car today, sort of played around with some of the switches, etc., and discovered A, it's got a auto tailgate, which is very good. I'll show you that in a minute. And B, it's got 7 seats. So I'm delighted, because we often get people asking for 7-seated vehicles and we have nothing to offer them. Now, we are a Mazda dealer and we used to sell the Mazda 5, which had 7 seats, but unfortunately we really don't get them anymore. And if we do, they don't tend to be good enough. They tend to have had a bit of a hard life for us to retail. So as I say, we're delighted. It's a 7-seater vehicle. It's in lovely condition. I do like the colour. We call that Sonic Silver in the Mazda world. Okay, and it's got, as I say, a great spec, which we'll run through. Now, let's start at the back of the vehicle. Now, there are no major dents or anything on this car, dents or scratches. I think there's one grazed alloy wheel, which I'll have tended to. Look at that. The auto tailgate, and look at those extra seats there. So you've also got a panoramic roof, which I believe opens. Yes, it does. So not like the Qashqai, which I believe is just it's fixed. I may be wrong, but yeah, I believe that opens up. We'll have a look in a sec. Now look at that, seats fold flat. Now, I probably saw the car like this, so didn't pay much attention, but yes, you've got a great big massive boot, and you can actually adjust that middle row. Yeah, so you can have that back, give you extra leg room, or if you're going to utilise those rear seats, let me put them up again. So you've got a bit of room for your legs there. All right. Now, obviously, probably children will be sitting in the back, but I could get myself in there. I might struggle getting out, but nice depth to the seat. So yeah, I can imagine it being quite comfortable, really. I'd have to do a bit of acrobatics getting in and out, but I'm not as nimble as I used to be, so I'd probably stick to the front or the middle row. But I know my son would be delighted to sit in the back there. And I always remember I think I used to sit in the boot of cars as a child. Headlining's all in great shape, nice and light. Seats are all great as well, all in really good condition, and there's no unpleasant smells. Can't smell any sort of doggy or cigarette smell or anything like that. You've got the tonneau cover. I was delighted to see that was under there, because normally they go missing. So that plugs in there and there. So if you're using it as a 5-seater car, you can cover up whatever's in the back here. Now, you've got parking sensors. You've also got, so that's at the front and the rear, and you've got a 360 camera. You've got the roof rails as well. Doors open up nice and wide for easy access. You've got the vents in the back there. This sort of honeycomby finish, which is very nice. What have we got here? Some form of armrest. Let's have a look. Armrest, yep, with the all-important drinks holders. Yeah, so let's get in the front here. Okay. Keyless entry. Yeah. heated wing mirrors, folding mirrors, height adjustable seat. Right, so we've got 2 keys with the car. It was supplied by Motorline Nissan. Now, the previous owner, in case you're curious, they bought a CX-5, picked it up a couple of days ago, and they had this car serviced only a couple of months ago, and I remember seeing it had rear brake pads as well. So the car's in fine fettle. 2 keys, so put your foot on the clutch and you press this button here, and she fires into life. Very quiet diesel engine. Now, I know Nissan have paired up or are owned by Renault, and the French are known for their diesel engines, so incredibly reliable. There we go, there's the mileage, 53,749 miles. Okay, you've got a great stereo system, as you probably just heard. You've got your sat-nav, and these Nissan sat-navs are dead easy to use. I say that, and then I look like I'm struggling. I just have to adjust. So, new address, here we go, you put your postcode in and off you go. It's all very, very easy. Back to map, info, let's have a look here. Apps, what apps do we have? Now it's thinking about it. So whilst it's doing that, you've got your CD player here, you've got a USB socket down there, auxiliary, and a 12-volt socket. Oh, Google search, so you can connect the car to the internet, access your Facebook page, and online search. So that would be from a hotspot from your phone, I'd imagine. I've never actually done that. Radio, let's have a look what we got here on radio. Yeah, we've got DAB, FM and AM, all right. CD player, auxiliary, your Apple components, Apple devices via USB, USB players and stick, smartphones via USB and Bluetooth, okay. So connectivity is fantastic. Now, you've got a really light clutch on this car. I was something I noticed straight away, and a 6-speed gearbox, and very easy to change gears. You can adjust bits and pieces here on the dash, tyre pressure monitoring, safety shield. You've got an emergency brake on the car. I'd imagine, no, not imagine, that'll be when you get too close to the car in front, it will apply the brakes. And you've got lane departure warning, so if you were to veer out of a lane, the car will warn you. Driver assistance, clock display, maintenance, alert. There you go, doesn't need a service for 15,158 miles. Brilliant. You've got auto wipers, auto lights, cruise control. You've got the button down here to open up the tailgate. I'd imagine that's on the key fob as well. Yes, it is. I don't think it'll do it when the engine's running. No, it won't. Engine has to be off. Auto handbrake with hill hold assist. Cup holders and a little cubby hole there with another 12-volt socket. Steering wheel's in great condition. You've got an auto dimming rear view mirror, and let's have a look at this sunroof. Yep, the sunroof opens up. Do like a sunroof. Okay. And a blind. I'm just checking it's all works correctly, it's all unmarked, so all very nice indeed. Now, we're a Mazda dealer, as previously mentioned. We generate 80%, 85% of our used cars from part exchanges, and that also includes non-franchise part exchanges. Something that we enjoy doing, because it, you know, it mixes it up a bit, makes it a little bit more interesting, get to see the competition, you know, and I get to learn about all these cars as I go along. So what I'm trying to say is we really do welcome your part exchange, even if it's not a Mazda. Do check out our website. You'll see we've got an array off non-franchise vehicles on there. So we want your part exchange. I don't want you to be deterred by not having a Mazda or a Suzuki and think you won't get a good deal. You will get the best deal with a part exchange. Okay, despite what you hear on these heavily advertised companies asking you to sell your car online, please do just put your reg number and get an idea of price and come to us. You'll get the best deal with us. Okay, with a part exchange, doesn't matter what you have. Right, so part exchange we've covered. We've got great finance facilities. This car will come with a 12-month comprehensive warranty, not one of these silly 3-month warranties that really are so difficult to claim on. You give up and then you have the opinion of warranties aren't worth the paper they're printed on. This is a good comprehensive warranty, and you can use it at any VAT registered garage. However, if you are in a reasonable distance to ourselves, we can carry out all the warranty claims, etc., etc. That's what we would prefer to do. Now, the car will go through my workshop. It was only recently serviced, but we'll just check, everything's tickety-boo, check, safety check brakes, etc., etc. In fact, it will go through a 101-point check. Okay. Now, the car's air conditioning is superb because today it says 19 degrees. It is really warm. You've got dual zone climate control. Okay. And these Nissan Seats, they are very comfortable. Nice and wide, beefy. Oh, and you've got Isofix anchorages on the 2 outer rear seats. But this is like a perfect family car. I know when I go out with my son and his cousins, this would come in really, really handy. Okay, now should you require any further photographs, videos, or any information on this car, please do not hesitate to ask. We are here to help. We really do mean that. That's not sort of like an empty gesture. We really do mean that. And if you want to know what sort of people you're dealing with, I mean, we get a lot of repeat customers, but if you've not dealt with us before, please do check out our reviews. We're very proud of them, and we work hard to get those sort of ratings. So that'll give you an idea of who you're dealing with. And if you want to find out something and it's outside our regular business hours, drop us an email. Leave a voicemail. If email's not your thing, leave us a voicemail if it's easier, and we shall pick them up and come back to you. So we've covered warranty, we've covered part exchange, we've covered finance. Okay. What else is there to cover? I think we've covered everything there. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope I've not missed out too much, because I bet this car's got a lot more on it than I've given it credit for. But I'm happy to go away and find out if it's got such and such a thing. All right, so yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to hearing from you. Bye bye.